A few weeks ago, at the time of this recording, Nintendo did its Switch conference, showcasing the new product, the games at launch, things it does, etc. Most people hated it, except for the hardcore Nintendo fanboys, fangirls, fan club that stood behind them as they always do and attacked anybody who thought any differently. Let's talk about them today. It's nice to be passionate. It's nice to be passionate about things. I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about making videos on this channel. Of course, that gets discredited by some of these people in the comments saying, this takes no time at all. You're a jackass. You just quickly jumped on hating Nintendo because that's the bandwagon thing to do. I don't even know what that means. It's the bandwagon cool thing to do? Cool by who? Who am I trying to be cool to? It didn't help that I called the video, the title was, "The Nintendo Switch Will Fail." It was very matter of fact, it was very arrogant, me sitting back, drinking my wine. But if they actually watched the video, they would know that there's a very good possibility it won't fail at all. Do I think it will? I'm 50-50 on it. I think there's enough people out there that might bite what they're selling, but it's going to take Nintendo turning around. And that was the whole point of the video that people seem to miss. I wasn't bashing Nintendo just to bash them. I watched the conference and I hated it. Why would I watch a conference just to bash on it? I mean, I guess I did that with the Trump conference, but why would I do that for Nintendo? Like, I wanted to like it. I wanted to buy it for my kids because I miss Mario, I miss Zelda, I miss Metroid, I miss Donkey Kong, I miss Kirby, I miss all their properties. I don't have that on PlayStation. It's lonely over there. We don't have those family games, those fun side-scrollers as much. I brought up what I thought were very fair arguments for why this thing is not promising. But the Nintendo hardcore took everything I said to the extreme. Or they said the whole video's garbage because it's full of misinformation. Here's the misinformation I presented. Number one, I said 1-2 Switch will be $60. It's actually only $50. Holy shit. But you know what? If you put taxes in there, you're closer to 60. So, fuck you back. The game is still $30 or $40 too expensive if you ask me. It should have been packed in. People said, none of the other systems had pack-in games. Why does Nintendo have to do one? They're giving you a $300 brand new system with all this new technology built into the controllers. I didn't want that technology in the controllers. Why the fuck do I want to shake my controller to hear ice cubes inside? It's gimmicky crap. The Wiimotes were ridiculously overpriced back in the day because you usually had to buy one of those, the nunchuck separately, and then the Wiimote Plus, which makes it do what it should have from day one. That's like $90 or $100 if you add that crap up for one controller to be completed, like a transformer. I said that Skyrim wasn't the special edition. You know why I said that? Because Nintendo says that. If you go to the Nintendo website, or at least if you did at the time of the conference, all it says is Skyrim. It doesn't say definitive edition. It doesn't say special edition. It doesn't say remastered. It just says Skyrim. So why would I, for any fucking reason, think that it was anything other than the regular version? Nintendo has not gone out of their way to tell me otherwise. I'm not going to jump to conclusions that it is. I'm taking it at face value. And to that point, the game doesn't even have a release date. So who knows when it's coming out even, if at all. I said that Nintendo clearly doesn't have third-party support again going in. And then people were like, actually, we have Street Fighter coming out. These are not Red Dead Redemption, which you're not going to get on the system. This is not Overwatch, which you're not going to get on the system. The 2D Street Fighter HD remix thing that they have coming out has been remade and remastered a billion times over. Bomberman looks fun, but if those are your games that you're hanging your hat on by third party, or a FIFA soccer game, and no Madden or anything else being announced by the EA guy that came out, he said one game and left. You're telling me that that's promising to you? Holy shit. You're not getting any of these new games coming out, and that's fine. That's fine. If the third party was delivering anything. Another point I brought up, which wasn't wrong, it was an opinion, and people took it to be wrong, which is, should have been bundled with 10 classic Nintendo games right out of the gates. Have them on the system. Why is that bad? Why does that cost Nintendo any money at all? These are games that have been out for like 30 years. The Nintendo Classics sold like crazy. You can't find them anywhere. So give people a little taste of that experience. Or give them the full taste. It's $300. Put them on the store, say they can download one for free, right out of the gates at least. Just one. People said PlayStation and Xbox One didn't come with a free game. That's not exactly true. Because if you had PlayStation Plus and Xbox games with gold, you did actually get free games right out of the gates. I remember playing Resogun day one for free. And actually, I probably had 3 or 4 games right out of the gates because I was able to re-download for free my PlayStation 3 games over, like Flower and maybe not Journey at launch, but those games did come, Sound Shapes. Things like that were free if you'd already bought them once. What a novel idea, Nintendo. Not make people keep paying for the same shit over again. I mean, there's plenty of people in the comments that just call me a Nintendo hater and tell me to go fuck myself, call me a swear word. That's fine. That's expected, you know? Why have a civil debate? Yeah, of course I'm ranting. I am being extreme myself, but I'm not calling you guys idiots. I'm not telling you to go fuck yourselves. I'm talking to Nintendo. I'm telling them to stop taking advantage of their customers. I'm telling them to put out a finished product they can stand behind. I'm telling them to get third-party support so that we can have games to play and that the system can run for more than 2 years before it's abandoned like the Wii U. How many years did that thing go? 3? 4 maybe? With just barely any games trickling out every 6 months. If you want that again, by all means applaud what Nintendo's doing. But I'm fighting for you, not against you. The thing above anything else that the Nintendo fanboys like to criticize you about is bringing up specs at all. Holy shit. If you bring up the specs of a system, they attack you like rabid dogs. And I barely spent any time even criticizing that point. In fact, I don't know if I criticized that outright. What I basically said was, because the Switch isn't strong enough already, it can't get ports of these third-party games that are going to be coming out in the next few years. They just can't. I brought up trophy support, and achievements. Some people were like, you're stupid, who cares about achievements, who cares about trophies? A lot of people do, regardless of what you think. It's on every other major and minor system. The bottom line is this. I had real gripes. Most people in the gaming industry that watched that conference knew it was awful. They said, we know very little more than we knew going into this thing. As far as the success of the system, we'll see. It's coming out in a few weeks. It's gonna sell out right away because that always happens with the new product launch, so don't hang your hat on that. But we're gonna see what happens after the first year. That's gonna make or break this thing. If you disagree with everything I say, that's fine. I really don't give a shit. What I do care about is you coming into the comments and attacking me and saying I'm a fucking idiot, I'm a fanboy, and all this other nonsense. Grow up. One final thing I want to say before I leave is a few people said the classic, oh, how refreshing, a middle-aged white man on YouTube complaining about a kid's toy. You can't have it both ways. If it's a kid's toy, why are you watching the video on it, unless you're like 8? Why are you watching it? It's not a kid's toy, it's a toy for everyone. That's why you have Mario, but then also Call of Duty, or at least you used to when Nintendo supported third parties. And once more, I grew up with Nintendo. I'm the core audience. I'm the guy Nintendo needs to sell. They can't just sell kids. Kids don't have $300 laying around, and if they ask their parents about it, their parents are going to check into the system and see if it has value. Nintendo makes fantastic games, but we need more than that. We need more than that, and Nintendo needs to realize it by now, or they will fail again.